So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh, they did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have... back.
Well, I went to Semin, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Semin, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down. The whole band.
That's right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the carts and the goods.
Indeed. Where else? The bastards. And what about my hands?
Venser didn't survive the skirmish in Gules' camp. And Franzi, they took him to Semin. He might have been innocent in the whole thing.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. They were only here a while, but that pair was as thick as, well, thieves. And that Franzi could talk his way out from under the executioner's axe.
We'll see. Either way, it's Lord Semin's concern now.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. But it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truscovitz. What do you think of her?
Well, young Semin is marrying her, isn't he? Why would I have my eye on her?
Don't pretend. A statue of a saint would...
Yeah. Mill on the...
You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble born. Old Semin wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel.
That's right. And that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a... changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
What strange goings on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition. But that's all I know.
With the devil? Why would the hermit make a pact with the devil?
No idea. It might just be old wives' tales.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for a... No more.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Samin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Troskovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation.
There's a couple more things I'd like to ask about smithing.
Ask away.
Thanks. That's all I need to know. I'd like to ask more about that sword.
What more do you need to know? Have you asked at the Troskovitz Tavern about that hermit? God's nails, you've got a job to do. Get on with it so we can get it done on time.
What's new around here?
I heard you got into some trouble at the Troskovitz Tavern, and poor Betty is not exactly happy about it. You should go and see her and straighten it out. And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you, blacksmith. I'd like to learn something.
There's no time for it now. Come back later.
Hey, you can't walk around at night without a light. Do you want me to arrest you? Light a torch. Why don't you have a torch? You can't be out after dark without a light.
What's that I?
I said, surrender! Fine, I'll make you surrender! I'm wounded! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! Fucking hell! Whacker! Punishment by the blade. My feet. You can't get away from me. If you keep resisting, I've all the right in the world to execute you on the spot. I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! You should have yielded. Now you'll see what we do.
Kurva. Burning it. Bloody hell. I'm overheating it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Christ almighty.
God bless. How's it going? God be with you.
I'll never finish it like this. I should move it. I can't keep hitting the same place.
All right.
I can't keep hitting the same place. should move it. I'm always hitting the same place. That's no good. I have to move it. This is useless. I should move it. I have to move it. God, better not botch this up. Sakra! I'm doing something wrong. Ah, hell. This one's fucked.
Put away that weapon! So you have a weapon. Big deal. Come on now. Stop where you are! We're after you!
Pick it up your bum.
It's hard to believe you're still single.
Bashing their faces in will be too good for them.
Look at them human horsons. They think they can do whatever they want. They're
Enough of them showing their goat faces around here.
Someone should teach them
Hiba
how
volt
things
ide
work
jönni.
in
What did I do to you?
Nyugodtak leszünk, akkor
Like we should be living
könnyű
in
ezt
fear
mondani.
for our women in
Még egy
our
köpés,
own
és nem
village.
bírom tovább.
Right.
Mondom.
Nobody's safe with that rabble
Néznek
around.
ránk, mint a gyilkosokra.
Bastards.
Csodálkozol
Someone should kick
rajta?
their asses.
Egy junk,
Really clever.
és tűnj
Floor.
meg.
Careful!
Human swine. You think you own the place, do you?
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some. If you ever fight here again, I'll drag you out by the ear myself. Got that?
Me? I made an effort. It was capon.
Aye, birds of a feather. Even in the pillory, you were like a pair of turtle doves together. Down to business. I don't have all day for you. So what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them rocks. Ambrose, the hermit, sold his soul to the devil and won't talk to nobody no more.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. 4 strangers came here yesterday. They sat in the corner there, but once they heard about the apparition, they started to take a big interest.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers concealed under their robes.
Human swine. You think you own the place?
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I said? He doesn't speak to nobody. He hides away in his hut and sends everyone away. I'd think long and hard before doing anything if I was you. Because this reeks of hell.
I'd like to ask you about that hermit in Apollonia.
Go on then.
What do you know about this apparition?
Stanislav, the herds boy. He comes running into the village that night, all terrified, saying he'd seen a rider from hell in Apollonia. And the very next night, it appeared in the rocks below the road to Tahov. There's this conciliatory stone cross there. And the next day, it was at a funny angle. There's...
And it was the herds boy who saw it by the cross, or someone else?
the apothecary's wife, Gerda. Ask her yourself. She's not been herself ever since, poor woman.
Where can I find the herds boy?
Stanislav has a sheep pen in the meadow beyond the Troskovitz graveyard, right above the big crossroads outside Apollonia.
How do I get to the hermit?
You're asking for trouble, lad. But all right, if you insist, you go through Apollonia, along the path below the rocks, till you reach the point where it crosses the stream. And from there, you take the path uphill to the left, leading into the rocks.
Who's this hermit fella, anyway?
No one knows. He settled in the rocks a few years back. Folk used to go to him for various healing ointments or advice.
And what has he got to do with this apparition?
Well, he was at death's door recently, bedridden, and then suddenly he's got his health back. Just like that. And he's like a different man since then. He sends everyone who goes to see him packing. Mark my words. He sold his soul to the devil to get better. And the devil sometimes comes here on the prowl for unwary souls.
Where did these peculiar monks come from?
Hard to say, but they rode in on well-fed horses.
Monks on horseback? That's definitely odd.
Well, Bashka the butcher says they came from the bishop about that diabolical apparition. In short, the Inquisition.
I'll have a look at your wares.
Wait! Don't move!
What do you need?
I hear that some apparition was seen around here. Is it true?
And what's that got to do with me? Let's be on your way.
Gotcha, fella! Give up! Are you deaf? Yield! What are you waiting for? Surrender immediately!
I'm all yours! You should have yielded.
I
now
surrender.
we'll display your
Enough.
corpse on the... Wanted a new horse, did you? You'll pay for that, you fucking thief.
I can't pay. I don't have enough money.
In that case, the pillory awaits.
Wait, I'll explain everything. I thought it was my horse. You see, I have a steed that looks exactly the same.
I don't believe a word of it. I've never seen two horses that are exactly alike.
Take me away.
Right then, let's go. I'll lock you up in the pillory until you rot.
My arms are all sore. Ah, what a disgrace.
If you're going out in public, take a bath first.
Yuck.
I'd like to ask you about something.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away, please.
Wait, Gerda. I didn't come to mock you. I just need to know what you saw.
No, I don't believe you. Go away or I'll start screaming.
I want to know about the apparition you saw by the cross.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
How about a couple of groschen for a couple of questions?
What was it you wanted to know?
Relax, Gerda. Have a think, and then tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday. I was picking marshmallow roots above the rocks. It grows by the cross there, near the big dry tree not far from the road to Tachov. I didn't get home till after dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross?
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was something glinting in the dark and this clanking sound and I just turned and scarpered.
That's all?
At one point I turned around and I saw a dark shadow darting across the field. Proper flying along it was like the devil and heading straight to Apollonia.
Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's going to make fun of you anymore. I'll find out what it was all about and what you really saw there.
What do you think happened?
If the devil's at large here, someone summoned him and should be punished for it. But you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
What's this place where you saw the apparition?
It's a conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They say some years ago, a young fellow killed himself on account of an unhappy love affair. He jumped from a cliff.
And the day after you saw the apparition, the cross was at an angle.
Aye, all askew. Everyone here saw it. I didn't go back. I can't.
Hey, don't shove!
Gerda really did see something. That cross hides a secret. I hear that some apparition was seen around here. Is it true?
Go to hell with that.
When's the last time I ate something?
Are you afraid of water or what? Look out!
I'm feeling a bit peckish.
Who just came barging in?
You're not allowed here.
Christ. Can't you wash up before going out in public?
I heard something happened to Ambrose the Hermit.
Too right. He sends everyone packing right away. He's changed a lot.
I heard something happened to Ambrose the Hermit.
Too right. He sends everyone packing right away. He's changed a lot.
I hear Ambrose the Hermit has some old sword.
Aye, true. A few people saw it in that hut of his, but that was a long time ago.
What do you know about this diabolical apparition?
Christ of mercy, I want nothing to do with that. Oh, aye. Farewell. Clear off. You can't just stroll in here. Well, are you going? Away with you!
What happened by the conciliatory cross?
Ah, who knows what Gerda saw there? But it must be some diabolical goings-on, because the cross really was turned around.
I heard Stanislav had some kind of nighttime vision. A diabolical apparition.
Mary, Mother of God, protect us. A few days ago, he ran into the village on his last legs with fear. He said he saw a diabolical horseman down at the crossroads. Oh, aye. Farewell. Get moving.
I'm as hungry as a wolf.
Are you a... Greetings. Oh, you know you stink, don't you?
I hear you saw some diabolical apparition. Is that true?
Was it the bailiff who said...
I want to go... The hermit. I've heard talk he's somehow linked to that apparition. So I need to know what you saw that night.
Why do you want to know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
Look, mate, I'll gladly give you a few groschen, but spit it out now. Here you are.
What did you want to know?
What exactly did you see that night at the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew into Apollonia. His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. To the hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that. That's strange. Would the devil not know the way?
I'm telling the truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him too.
But the hermit helps people, though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
Why? Why would the old man have sold his soul to the devil and then kept living as a pauper in his hut?
Who knows what's going on in them rocks? Some devilish trickery for sure. See you soon, my friend.
So I went to see my brother.
And?
To talk about the inheritance.
But your father's still alive, isn't he?
Aye, but he drools all over himself. And he gets this feeling that his time is nearly up.
Does he get it often?
Nearly up. The time. Andy's always threatening to leave everything to the church if I don't go and see him.
Aye. Once old folks start getting soft in the head, bad news.
Exactly. Let me tell you, I'd rather die poor but young than to go through that.
Oh, have you been rolling in shit? Good day to you.
Afraid of water, are you?
can't do this without a spade. I don't have a spade. I'll need a spade for this. I need to get a spade first. The conciliatory cross. A memorial to the unfortunate death of that young man. But I'm more interested in what secrets it conceals now.
Did you sleep in a barn or what? You're not allowed here. You see? It didn't even hurt. Good Lord! What did you roll around in?
I hear the hands spend their free time beating the shit out of each other. Can I have a go?
The miller sent you, eh? Did he explain how it works?
And how do these fights work?
Nothing to it. You put aside your weapons and armor, challenge one of us, and hop in the pen. And from there on, it's pretty clear, I suppose.
Would you mind explaining the rules once again?
You put down your gear, challenge someone, and then beat the shit out of the other fella in the pen. You get it now?
And who takes part in these bouts?
Well, the first is of course me. If you manage to beat me, you can try Malik. He ain't as fast as me, but he's got a stronger punch. And if Malik ain't tough enough for you, there's always Vera. He'd tear you to shreds.
Don't worry. I know all I need to.
We'll see about that.
The miller said I could wrestle with you.
You look like something a boar chewed up and shat out. Are you sure it's a good idea?
You're right. Let's leave it for another day. Oh, so hungry I could eat a... The miller said I could wrestle with you.
You look like something a boar chewed up and shat out. Are you sure it's a good idea?
It's nothing. Let's fight.
You do have the coin for a wager, don't you?
Wait, you never said anything about a wager.
Did you really think we brawl just to pass the time? Well, maybe we do a bit. But still, if you want to fight, you have to wager something.
If you say so. Here's the coin.
Great. Get your ass ready for a good kicking. Fucking hell! Even my man fights better than you. Not so hard, you'll cripple me. Fucking hell! You fight like a little girl. Even my nan fights better than you, and she's dead.
At least take a bath before you go out.
I wonder if Crazel gives him a groschen for every half dozen too. Nice. Nice. You fight better than I'd have expected.
Thanks.
But we'll see how you fare against Malik. Oh, yeah. And this is yours.
Now it's my turn. Now me.
Mind where you're going.
What's it going to be?
Looking for something in there? Thief! Get over here, or I'll call the guy. All right, you had your chance.
Do it!
I'll rip your ass open. Go fuck yourself.
Do it!
You're no match for us, fucker.
Show your stuff.
I surrender.
We don't tolerate behavior like that around here.
Give it a rest, or you'll be pulling your teeth out of your soup.
Ha! You think I'm afraid of you, fucker? I'm in the right here, and if you try to hurt me, the guards will haul you off and deal with you.
I want the bailiff to settle this.
Fine by me. The law's clearly on my side. You'll get the thrashing you deserve.
Oh, damn it. You really worked me over. I don't think I'll be laying down anytime soon.
Well, well, who do we have here? Greetings.
Have you lost your way or what?
Off you go. Quick.
I could go for something to eat now.
Clear off, you bastard!
I've got my eye on you, you swine.
Do you want me to tell everyone about the time you were drunk, naked?
What do you want, you bloody scoundrel?
As the local scribe, you know a lot of things, right?
I'd say so. In this province, not a squirrel farts without my knowing.
Right. So, if I needed to get something, you'd certainly be able to tell me where, right?
Depends on what you're looking for. Don't involve me with anything dishonorable.
No, don't worry. I'm just looking for some armor.
Armor? Well, unless you want to join von Burgau's retinue, I don't think I can help you. But try Radovan, the blacksmith in Tachov. He might at least sell you an iron helmet.
You don't know of anything better?
Aha! So, the good man is a connoisseur, eh? And
whose armor?
Oh, it's just a local legend.
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs in the hands of a knight.
Are you saying I don't look like a knight to you?
You? Not unless they started knighting village yokels. In short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian Prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. I don't believe it, of course. After all, I'm educated. But you'd be surprised how many fools have set off to find it.
Who exactly was this Brunswick?
You don't know? Country's coat of... Because he never existed. Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms, for helping Emperor Frederick I, known as Redbeard.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend, but a quite lovely one, I'll give you that.
Could you recount for me the legend of Brunswick?
Well, why not? Brunswick was a valiant Bohemian prince. He lived in a time when our country had an eagle on its coat of arms, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he decided to head out into the world and gain the mark of a more powerful animal.
A man after my own heart.
You may think so, but his wife was none too happy. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home, but he just couldn't be persuaded. Still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
Then what happened next?
Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drawn in by an island with a mysterious mountain of amber that holds all ships and prevents them from leaving. Over time, the men on the deserted island died of starvation, leaving only Brunswick, who noticed that once a year a great bird called No came to the island to hunt. And so the clever knight hid in his horse's hide at just the right time. And when the bird came, it mistook him for prey and carried him away. So Brunswick wandered on. After some time on the road, the prince came across something unprecedented. A duel between a lion and a 9-headed dragon. So, What do you think Brunswick did at that moment?
Well, considering what he later added to the coat of arms, I expect he helped the lion, eh?
Smart. Brunswick rushed to help the lion, and together they killed the dragon. And from that time on, they were... Except, by then, it was already too late. It had already been exactly 7 years to the day since Brunswick set off on his journey. His wife, Ludmilla, who had until that time valiantly resisted all suitors, was about to remarry. But at the wedding feast, Brunswick managed to drop the ring in her cup, so it all turned out well. For Brunswick, that is. Not so for Ludmilla's new groom, but the lion took care of that.
Where did Brunswick's armour come from?
It is said that George the Lion of Württemberg brought it here. He was the nephew of Lord Chenyek of Württemberg, who built Trusky. This George spent a lot of time with King Wenceslas. A suspiciously long amount of time, if you know what I mean.
I think I get the picture.
And it is said that one day, a lion escaped from the king's menagerie, and George overpowered it with his bare hands and laid it at the king's feet, still alive. As a reward, Wenceslas gave young Württemberg the name Lion and the armour of his ancestor, Prince Brunswick. Only Sir George didn't live to enjoy it for long. He caught the plague at a tournament abroad and died on his way back to his king. Specifically, while visiting his uncle here at Trusky. Of course, the king wanted his armour back, but Lord Chenyek didn't want to give it to him, claiming he had the hereditary right to it. It looked like Wenceslas would lay siege to Trusky, but fortunately Lord Chenyek was completely destitute by then, so he sold all of Trusky and the armour to the king.
Well, if the king was so endeared with Brunswick's armour, why did he leave it here?
Because he didn't have any choice, my friend. He never found the armour. Lord Chenyek was as cunning as a fox. While he did leave the armour here, he never told anyone where. It's said he hid it so it could only be found by a true knight, each piece in a different place. Or so they say round these parts. Who knows if there's any truth to the tale?
And do you know where I could find Brunswick's armour?
Yes, lad, if it even really exists. But I do have a little bit of advice for you. Sir Chenyek, who they say hid the armour, left behind a riddle. It's a test that must be passed by whoever wants to find it. Do you want to hear it?
Hang on, though. How come you never went looking for that armour yourself? Don't tell me you wouldn't be interested in such a valuable item.
What? Me? Go chasing around this bandit-infested land after some riddle? No thanks. Besides, God alone knows the truth behind it. It's said Sir Chenyek quarrelled with the king over the armour, but some fishwife might have made the whole thing up. And you won't find me betting my life on such a slim chance.
And how did that riddle go?
Wait, how was it? I've got it. Take your leave of crone and maiden, standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards true midnight. In caverns cold your prize awaits. Pass through the all of forest kings, hidden deep from hunter's gaze. Standing tall, 2 guards of stone, behind whom yearned for treasure lays. Between them stands a mighty rock, a subtle niche, yet deeper still, a place to give one's art to God. Behold, my armour gleaming still.
Uh-huh. And that was supposed to help me, eh?
Answers come to the wise, kicks to the stupid.
The crone and the maiden towards midnight. We've got east, west, midday, midnight. Well, thanks a lot.
Hold on, I'll give you something else. Sir George, who previously owned the armour, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague too, but he died of the plague before he could do it. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armour, but this is certainly true because I have a copy of George's order here. Here, take it as a keepsake. And now go.
Master Scribe?
What do you want?
I just came to see if you're working.
What does it look like?
Well,
I'd like to ask about that diabolical apparition.
I don't know anything about that.
God bless you.
My God, you look awful. Do you need help?
God be with you, neighbor.
Good day.
Easy, girl. Easy. We'll be done before you know it.
Mother of God! Did you get hit by a horse?
Why did you start with all this brawling?
Just look around.
The mill's in the arsehole of nowhere, miles to the tavern and the wenches. Not a damn thing to do here but work.
So you rather let yourself get beaten up?
Well, I'm usually the one does the beating, see?
Well, ready to brawl?
Aye, all right. It's going to be a clean fight, see? No funny stuff.
What funny stuff?
Kicks in the balls, fingers in the nose, biting and shit like that. Try something like that and I'll rip your head off.
Don't you worry. I can hammer you without any of that.
My back's a bit sore, but I'll just rub some ointment on it. Then I'd be happy to take you on. And what about the wager? Have you got coin?
Here it is.
That's the way I like it. Let's do this.
Jesus! I missed!
Bam! Now you're finished!
Why? Why me?
This is who we get instead of Zinnek. Fuck me. You're lost then. We could have sorted this out peacefully. Huh? Next time, I won't go. Now, what are you, Mayor? Either you cough up some coin.
Now hold on. I'll pay you. There's no need to drag anyone else into this.
At least you have some coin, if not a decent upbringing.
This is who we get instead of Zinnek. Fuck me.
Clear off.
That herdsboy really did see something. And the trail leads into the rocks.
Corvite, you've no business here. Pay up!
Now hold on!
And on your way, you vagabond! You see? It didn't even hurt.
A beautiful horse. Black as charcoal. The herds boy wasn't lying. And you don't smell of brimstone. You're just an ordinary horse. Someone really did come to see the hermit. But it wasn't the devil. I should eat something. This is the place the innkeeper was talking about. The hermit lives somewhere up here. A bit longer without food and I'll really start to be grumpy. When's the last time I ate something?
Good day. Look out!
Did you sleep in a barn or what? Looking like that.
Ugh. What a stench! Where's it coming from?
Did you sleep in a barn or what?
Look out! What do you want?
I heard you might have a cheap horse for sale.
Well, I sell quite a few horses here, but by the looks of you, you must be talking about that grey nag, eh? But all she's good for are sausages. That old bitch won't let anybody touch her. I was already suspicious when that traveller sold her to me. He said he found her running about near the Rock Tower Pond.
Grey, old, and someone found her by the Rock Tower Pond. That's where we were ambushed. That's my horse. That's Pebbles.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
She's my horse. I rode in on her from Ratai, in the retinue that was attacked down by the pond.
Right. You happen to need a new horse, and this one just happens to be the one you already own. Does it have your brand? It does not. So you are out of luck.
Fine. I'll buy her from you then.
That's more like it.
I'm sure you can take good care of Pebbles, but I just can't accept that price. How's this?
You really won't convince me like this. It seemed to me like you might have some history with Pebbles, but I suppose I was wrong. At least it certainly doesn't look that way. What with the pittance you're offering me?
This one deserves exactly the amount you're asking for. If only I had the money.
If you were just a bit short, we can haggle.
I'll give you the exact amount you want for that one. When I get the coin together, of course.
How about a cheaper one? Or we could discuss the price a bit, hmm?
I changed my mind. I'd like to buy a horse.
All you have to do is pick the right one, then hand over the groschen. I will take care of the rest.
To be honest, it's my first time buying a horse.
Then make sure to take your time and choose wisely. Your first horse is your first horse, after all. Of course, if you ever wanted to exchange it, there's no problem. I will simply deduct the price of your old horse from the new one. Have you taken a look at our horses? You do know they differ in more than just the colour of their coat, right?
I've already had a look at them.
Tell me then, which one do you like?
No matter how I look at it, the price just isn't right. How about this?
You won't convince me like this.
I'll give you the exact amount you want for that one. When I get the coin together, of course.
How about a cheaper one? Or we could discuss the price a bit, hmm?
I changed my mind. Show me your wares.
Yeah, maybe next time then. What did I do to you? Hey! Get your hands out of there! Can we sort this out on our own, or do I need to get the bailiff involved? Oh! All right, you had your chance. You're a dead man! I yield! Mercy! Let me live!
If I were you, I'd forget what I saw, pal. I could get pissed off. And then nobody's safe from my blade.
Hang on! Leave me alone! We'll forget about it. Get away with that weapon!
Pebbles! My girl! I thought they killed you down by that pond.
You're not looking to hurt me with that thing, are you? That bastard's stealing a horse! No! No! Now you're gonna get it! Show your stuff!
I need something to eat.
going anywhere with you. What would I be looking for there anyway?
Gah! Quick! Go! Gah!
Huh?
Gah! Quick! Gah!
Whoa!
Wait! Quick!
Whoa!
Phew! What a stink! What are you doing? I've been waiting for you. This is unbelievable. You're no match for us, fucker!
Did you hear who died?
I thought it was old Bart.
G'day.
But then I heard him coughing his lungs up in the yard again today.
Not a chance. That old coot will outlive us all. No, it was Jan, the beanpole.
Do you know anything about the sighting of the devil?
God, leave me alone with that. Finally.
Bloody hell.
God bless, good sir.
God bless. Look out!
God be with you.
Greetings to you too.
Did you sleep in a barn or what?
I can wash myself, but you can't wash the ugly off your face.
What?
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takoff again. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Zelievites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean, more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region, now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been talking my ears off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I was just visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean?
I've...
Oh, so hungry I could eat a horse. I'd like to ask about that diabolical apparition.
I don't know anything about that.
A bit longer without food, and I'll really start to be grumpy. What are you looking for?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Ah, don't be like that. Perhaps I can help you. What's up?
I'll tell you, but pray keep it to yourself, will you?
Of course.
I'm looking for treasure. I have a map to it, but I'm not sure I'm going the right way.
Well, good luck with...
Aye.
Oh, so hungry. I could eat a horse. Captain, what'll happen with that robber baron from Apollonia now that we've captured him?
You mean Gules? He'll stay with us. Lord Samine has already taken him on.
Do you think you can trust him?
Don't worry. If Gules doesn't prove himself, Lord Samine won't trust him.
Why did he take on a bandit? I have to admit he's a skillful swordsman, but he's still just a common bandit.
Not so common. They say he's of noble birth, so Lord Samine didn't have much choice.
Such a good swordsman could prove to be quite handy.
True. If he proves himself, that is.
Then how should he do that?
Clearly, we didn't wipe out his old gang of bandits in Apollonia. So he's got to catch the rest of his people that are still on the rampage.
What the? Did I step?
Look out!
A blessed evening to you.
There's a couple more things.
Ask.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you.
What good does it do?
It make.
What good?
It makes you work to.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
What's the right way to heat up the workpiece?
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color should be the same everywhere if your forging's going to be even. The main thing is, don't work it cold. You just ruin it. But don't overheat it either. As soon as sparks start to fly off it in the furnace, take it out.
What good does it do me to...
It make...
What good does it...
It make...
What good does it do?
It makes you...
What good does it do me?
It ma-
What good does it...
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't...
What good does it do?
It make...
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a...
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing, the more precise the shape it will have.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a...
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
What good does it do me to...
It makes...
What good does it do... me to whistle while I...
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up, and by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up, and by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't... get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quick.
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly.
How will I know?
Notice.